See, this is exactly what happens when you stop grading papers, especially in English class with red ink, because you don't want to hurt feelings.
Whoa!
We've got a crazy story today that just dropped while I was at work, but now that I'm home, I can talk about it. So, there's a reason why proofreading is so beneficial whenever you're going to release a product, whenever you're going to release any type of prose or typing anywhere, especially when you're linking websites to kids. You might already know what I'm talking about, but in case you don't, the Wicked merchandise for the upcoming Wicked movie, it made a mistake on the back of some of their toys and links them all to wicked.com. Now, you don't have to be a degenerate like me to have heard that name before, but a lot of people have heard that name before. And let me say, it is completely unsavory for kids. I'm not even going to name names on people that have come from there, but it has its own name, and shall we say, the California, the West Coast market, where women can get paid to debase themselves. So, the toy line for Universal Film adaptation of the hit Broadway musical has released in stores, and the packaging includes a website URL. And that's what we just saw right there. Hopefully, kids are not reading this far into the fine print. That's basically all we can hope for. But these kind of typos, this kind of thing, this is why when people get too used to spell check or autocorrect or something like that, you need a proofreader. You need to go back and not just willy nilly throw stuff out. Because if this kind of stuff happens, it's already bad enough that if a kid wanted to look this up and their parents didn't have safe search on, they probably would just look up wicked.com. But that's on the parents and the safe searches and everything like that. Whenever you're printing it on the back of your merchandise, now we have a real problem because the onus now falls on you. It's almost like you're advertising it. So that the way they're kind of hedging everything is by saying they appeared to have suffered from a major typo. I don't really think it was a typo. I almost kind of think no, this was just laziness. It's not a typo. It's spelled the right way, but it wasn't taken to completion. That is a horrible joke. That was not even meant to be a joke. Not only does this constitute major ethical concerns and cast a veil of controversy around the long awaited film, it could also lead to legal issues in more ways than one because using that site, which is live and active, which are two different things and also the same thing at the same time, using another company's website URL on official merchandise could be trademark infringement. Now, I have no idea about the types of people who run Wicked.com, but they would certainly well be within their rights. And it's particularly true if the URL is closely associated with a trademark owner's brand identity, as is the case for the not at all related to the movie Wicked website. Yeah, unwanted traffic. This also could probably get them in trouble. If kids are looking at this and they go to that website and wanting to see what it's all about, I don't know. It could be hairy for them. So they might actually want to hit a ping on Disney and Mattel for putting this out there. And as of this writing, we haven't heard a recall, and many retailers still have them on the shelves. Now, do these retailers are they aware of it yet? I'm sure they're being made aware of it as we speak. But as of right now, Mattel and Disney have not recalled these toys that are out there. Now, here's where we go to where people have gotten lazy, and maybe it's just bad hires, maybe it's just poor education, maybe it's a mixture of all three. But before release, the Wicked movie dolls would have had to pass through multiple departments, including legal and quality assurance, before ever falling into the hands of customers. You'd think so, but there's a lot of ways that people skirt around these things all the time. And the fact that these dolls made it through those checkpoints and no one noticed or raised any questions about the commitment to quality assurance and safety, I mean, what do we expect anymore? I mean, just as someone, I get mad whenever I leave out an apostrophe in a contraction whenever I'm typing. I know I make typos all the time too, but I don't put out this kind of stuff. Not something this official. And while this has easily been the most controversial issue surrounding the film, well, I think the actress, yeah, okay, it's way more controversial than what the actress was doing. It hasn't been the only controversial moment to rear its head as we move towards its big screen release. And that's where we get into this thing. I don't know. We've talked about this before. That's just a better looking image, and it was from fan art. But she took personal offense to the fans. Well, now the fans are going to take personal exception to the way that it's being marketed and marketed toward their kids. We saw the red wave. We saw that we don't want a lot of America does not want this crap being around their kids anymore. And to let something go through this many departments, make it to the stores and be available for purchase, and you haven't recalled it yet, and you're not issuing like mass flags on everything like stop all sales, we have to fix this right now, go back into production, reproduce all the boxing for all of that stuff. The fact that you haven't done that yet really tells me something. They were either asleep on the job, which is how it got passed through all that in the first place, or they think they can get away with it because nobody reads the fine print. What do you guys think about it? This is Baltic from the GCA. We will talk to you soon. Take care, guys and girls.